Gender inequality and its consequences are making headlines around the world. The United Nations recognizes gender equality as a pillar of the Sustainable Development Goals, which sets targets to promote health and well-being across the globe. As awareness grows about how gender equality can help build a more peaceful and prosperous future, the Global Early Adolescence Study is bringing crucial evidence to the conversation. In the Global Early Adolescence Study, we look at young people starting at 10 to 14 and follow them across time. What we're fundamentally interested in is understanding how gender norms impact physical health, mental health, how it impacts sexuality and sexual decisions, gender-based and interpersonal violence, school retention and school completion. The Global Early Adolescence Study is surveying young people in places around the world, from Santiago, Chile to Shanghai, China, so as to identify the common experiences and the core elements of intervention that will promote equality.
The place I come from is Bangladesh, where gender inequality is one of the pressing issues faced by young people, interlinked with sexual and reproductive health rights, gender-based violence, and child marriage, and many other issues. Initiatives like Global Early Adolescence Study, I think it gives us the opportunity to understand that how gender equality have an impact on our life.
Gender equality for me and most young females means freedom to reach our highest potential. It is by recognizing and acknowledging that gender inequality exists and figuring out what it means to young people that we can actually address it, and that is something that the Global Early Adolescence Study is doing right.
For a very long time, there's been this assumption that all of the issues young people face vary by geography and culture. We questioned whether that really is true, and in the preliminary work that we've done, we have found that there's far more in common than there are differences. And if there are similarities across all of these geographies, then we can begin to think about common elements for interventions, policies, programs, and services that'll improve the outcomes for young people around the world.
Adolescent health issues, particularly sexual and reproductive health issues, need to be addressed in early adolescence by introducing them to correct knowledge and information on, for example, the availability and the access to contraceptives and infection prevention methods. They also require skills to negotiate safe sexual behavior and to make healthy choices.
It is important to invest in adolescents because without a realistic hope of getting ahead economically, it would be very difficult for young people to invest in education or to invest in more healthy habits.
In order to study the wide range of issues in gender inequality worldwide, the Global Early Adolescence Study collects both observational and interventional data.
We collect data throughout the world by contrasting and thinking about commonalities and similarities or differences across very diverse sites. The results of the Global Early Adolescence Study will really help us understand this process of gender in order to intervene to shape and improve the health trajectories of adolescents throughout their life course.
So many of these interventions are targeting individual attitudes and beliefs about gender in the hope that over time these changes then can lead to changes in gender norms. So it is expected then if we can change these attitudes and beliefs, then that would hopefully lead to more gender equitable populations. And it is expected that if there's more gender equity in a population, there's improved health. It's been really exciting for me to see how their attitudes, beliefs, even behaviors can change over time because we don't often get a longitudinal study like this that'll allow us to look at those over a 4 or 5 year period.
Work like Global
early adolescent study should be encouraged. This is important because study like this help not just government but also implementers, help parents, and a whole lot of other key stakeholders to be able to know practicable solutions to ending gender inequality.
We expect to influence development planners, advocates, policymakers, and also professionals to base the intervention on knowledge about adolescents' perspective about their own life. Moreover, we hope that running GIS in partnership with young researchers will expose and equip them with knowledge and skill to do evidence-based advocacy.
We are hoping that our study will influence those who are in positions of power to make policies that impact young people's lives, especially those in the areas of education and health.
The Global Early Adolescence Study will allow us to better understand the path to a gender equal future. A future where all young people, girls and boys, will have the opportunity to grow into healthy adults and to pursue their goals.